Hi guys, Monday morning. This week I'm going to be filming a week of training for you guys. So some of you will probably know that at the moment I'm doing Lane Norton's PH3 program. So squatting, benching and deadlifting 3 times a week with accessory work on top of that. The program is 5 out of 7 days. On my 2 days off this week I'm going to do a couple of videos on nutrition, so whether it be meal prep or full days of eating, or if I have any questions on my social media I'll try and answer them in those videos. But I hope you guys enjoy this week of training, give you a bit of an insight of what a full week looks like for me. Hey guys, so I'm going to do a commentary over this footage coming up. So as I mentioned in the previous clip, today's session was deadlifts, squats and bench press. So I actually did a session in the morning where I just did my deadlifts, and then I did another session in the afternoon where I did my squats and my bench press. That's just how it worked out with work that day and time that I could fit in for training. So the set you're seeing here is my first working set. So I had 3 sets of 7 on this day of 145 kilos on sumos. Here you see Michael Klim. We've been doing a little bit of training together. I'm helping him get ready for a project he's got coming up in a couple of months. So he decided to step in with me and do some deadlifts as well. So he's just kind of getting back into them now. So he's working with 100 kilos, just doing sets of 5 or 6. And he's also doing conventional. So kind of just getting the patterning down again. This is my second or third set. I filmed 2 sets. RPE for these working sets was probably about, I'd say a 7, maybe even a 6. I felt really good. Hips are feeling good. Activation in the glutes felt good, and the bar speed was actually pretty decent. So I think just because I'm doing my squats, bench and deadlift 3 times a week, it's just like any other skill. I'm practicing it more, so I'm feeling more comfortable doing it. After this, I just took MK through some conditioning outside. So we went on the battle ropes. I had him doing sets of 20 seconds on the battle ropes, and then you'll see in the clip after this I sent him straight inside where he did 20 seconds on a weighted high bench push. So just basically trying to simulate a sled, because our gym took this sled out, which is a pain in the ass. Anyway, this is the second session of the day. I actually trained 3 times on this day. I ended up going and doing a volume arm session at Doherty's that night with a couple of mates, which was awesome. So just enjoying my training, enjoying having a bit more energy due to the increase in calories. My macros now, just a quick update, protein 220, carbs 350 and fats are at 80. So I've been there for the past kind of 3 to 4 weeks and my weight's just stable, but I'm going to keep that there for a little bit until my performance and strength in the gym starts to either plateau or decrease. So that was my first working set on squats. I backed the weight off slightly because I was feeling pretty tight. I think it might have been just the time in between squats and the deadlifts in the morning and the squats. So I did 4 sets of 9, just with, what do we got there, 90 kilos, and it felt, RPE probably again 6 or 7, but I didn't want to go in there and just push out the weight just so I said I could push it out. I really wanted to feel the reps, make sure my form was good, and make sure I didn't pull up too sore the next day, because I've still got such a big week ahead of training. Then I went on to bench press, relatively lightweight, 77.5 kilos, just 3 sets of 9 in today's program. So push those out relatively easy as well. I would say RPE of 7. So for those of you that don't know, an RPE is a rate of perceived exertion. So meaning, 1 being sitting on the couch with a beer or a tub of ice cream, and 10 being the hardest thing you've ever done. So in most of my lifts, especially my accessory work, when I'm not trying to hit numbers, I'll kind of go off an RPE scale. So so I obviously have, for upper body, my main compound at the moment, maybe bench press. So when I go into an accessory day, I want to stick to an RPE of 7 or 8. I don't want to be pushing 9 and 10 on the RPE scale if I know the next day I've got to do a heavy lift for bench press. So I'm just trying to get that volume in with my hypertrophy work. I'm not trying to train to failure every session. If you're a natural athlete, it's not beneficial for you to be training to failure every session. You're eventually going to burn out. Your gains will actually probably decrease, and you're not going to see the results that you're hoping for. So at the end of this session, basically at the end of every session I'm doing at the moment, I'm adding on an ab exercise, so a core exercise. So today I did landmine rotations, just a 10 kilo plate on there, doing sets of 20. Really just focusing on keeping the core tight, not arching the back. And I really like this exercise. I feel it a lot through my obliques. So thanks for watching, guys. That's the first session of the week. Stay tuned for all the other sessions this week.